Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Far Cry 5. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and salutations. Today we're getting Arcade Dawn done. Let's get to it. So the personal progression for Arcade Dawn is getting the Vector 45 ACP. If you're a fan of Ubisoft games, this gun will look very familiar to you. And it should, because you'll have seen it before in other games. Now, in order to get it, you need to play the arcade for 40 minutes. If you are a big fan of the arcade, this will be a hands-down, no-brainer, easy to complete challenge. If you've never been to the arcade, or maybe you're not a big fan of the arcade, then maybe this won't be as fun as last week's challenge. But all you have to do is go over to the online tab and sign up for the live event, and then it'll start recording your time in the arcade. Once you do that, just go to one of the arcade consoles to start, or you can go to your map and then R1 or L1 over to the online portion, and then go to the arcade tab and go start it from there. Now you can play solo, co-op, multiplayer, or even Arcade Hero. I was able to log minutes in all different types of matches. So you can play deathmatch, team deathmatch, solo co-op, Arcade Hero. Now the Arcade Hero, we'll get back to that. But when you play solo, co-op, or deathmatch or team deathmatch, it'll all count towards your progression, personal progression, and it'll add time to the community progression. All of these have been, all the maps in these modes have been at least vetted somewhat or to some degree, so you're not going to get a map that's broken or that you can't complete or that it is, completely imbalanced. I mean, there is a rare instance that it could have gotten past, but more than likely, it's a decent map. And if it's a Ubisoft map, you're not going to have any problem whatsoever. Now, Deathmatch is a free-for-all. Everyone is playing on their own team, basically. It's a team of one. Everyone's on their own team. It's usually very easy to get taken out. So it's a very high kill count, very high death count, depending on how familiar you are with the map and the flow. There are a whole bunch of different solo co-op types of maps. There are outpost maps where you just have to kill everyone, and if you alert the enemies, then there'll be more enemies to kill. There's survival types, and there's objective based, where you have to kill a target and then leave. Things of that nature. So if you're kind of burnt out of deathmatch and team deathmatch, you can always play the solo co-op, and those usually will take a little bit longer anyway if you survive. So, and like I said, it's all based on time. It's not based on the number of completions or anything like that, which is a good way of doing it, because if you like playing deathmatch and it's very difficult for you to get to that top spot, then it would be really rough if they had where you had to win or complete a certain number of matches. So I applaud Ubisoft for at least having a set number of minutes to play rather than a set number of wins. Alright, now, Arcade Hero. These are new maps that have not been vetted yet, and they are relying on you and players like you to play them and to see how well they play out. Do they play the way it should be played? Is it fun to play? Is it balanced? Is it even able to be completed? Now, maybe you can complete it, but it's not really the way you think it should be. Then you need to make sure that you if it is completely inappropriate, then you report it. If you can't complete it, if it has bad spawns, what have you, because this will prevent the games from being part of the featured games that everyone plays, and you certainly don't want people to get stuck with a game that can't be completed or that's not fun to play, because I think that would be the ultimate downfall of the arcade if you have a bunch of games that had been vetted incorrectly. So if you do the Arcade Hero, make sure you're looking at it objectively, and you should try to have fun while you're playing it, but also see what the other players would think about the map. Can it be completed? Is it fun? Is it balanced? Because you can also play multiplayer maps, and if they set it up where one team is at an advantage, then that's not really fun either. So if you play Arcade Hero on multiplayer and it is completely imbalanced, make sure that you report it as such. Well, anyway, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and we'll see you next time.